Hey guys, it's Paul again for Test Drive PH. So guys, for this review of the BYD Seagull, we're gonna keep things a little more interesting by giving this BYD Seagull a set of challenges, a set of real-world challenges. So we can find out paano ba talaga mag-perform itong full electric car ng BYD. But before we start, guys, 95% of you guys that are watching our channel are not subscribed already. So please, so make sure that you hit the subscribe button and of course hit the notification bells. So before we start, check out this montage.
I'll say it hurts to live this way. I don't mind the pain, and I like to feel the shame of it.
Okay, for the first test, we're gonna go to Divisoria. So this is the Divisoria test where we're gonna be testing the maneuverability, of course the space, and things like the 360-degree camera, overall practicality nitong BYD Seagull. So to start our first test, we drove to Divisoria on probably the worst time. It was actually Christmas time. But since the BYD Seagull was small and really easy to maneuver, kahit i-park was actually not a problem.
Very easy to park. And sakto lang siya. At least kapag may lower ceilings yan, pwede dito. And yeah. And come on guys. Take a look at that color versus the sea of just dullness.
Alright, so yun, kakatapos lang nung DV test, Divisoria test namin. So, my thoughts lang on the BYD Seagull is, for example, well, number one, it's small, so it's very easy to drive through the streets. Na alam nyo naman kung if you ever been in Divisoria, alam nyo naman kung gaano kagulo doon. You know, people are passing by everywhere, left and right, and you have to be extra careful. Also, the parking spaces there are really, you know, very small. And one of the things I would like to note, no, if you're like, let's say may negosyo ka dito sa DV or like parang online seller ka, so you need a lot of room. So, actually itong Seagull isn't too bad kasi una, makakasave ko sa fuel kasi nga hindi ko magpapagas na. Tapos, yun nga lang, wala nga lang siguro. I'm not sure kung may chargers na dito sa Binondo or dito sa Divisoria. Pero maneuverability is excellent. Tapos test number 1 nga pala lang ito guys ha. Wala pang medyo marami pa yung gagawin natin. So keep watching lang ha. So, alright, so let's move on to the next test. Alright guys, next challenge is of course the ever important charging. So kanina before ako malis ng bahay, I only had about 17% left and around 42 kilometers of range. So medyo langanin na, di ba? But the good thing is, for example, your BYD owner, AC Mobility has given you this option that you can download an app and then you can basically search for chargers.
Okay guys, so this is how you use the Evro app in order to charge now. So una, you can download, of course you need to download the app.
So after you download and install the app, you need to register an account including your vehicle and then set up your payment options, and then you can use the app to search for the nearest charging station, and then once you arrive at the charging station,
Kuya, tanggalin. Yun, okay.
okay, plug in this SS2.
Next test. And it says there it's preparing. I don't know if you can see that. Okay guys, after scanning this QR code on the Evro app, so what will happen is this menu will pop up and it will show you syempre location mo, and then eventually kasi you have to set up your payment options and ready to charge. Connect na siya, and then let's hit proceed. Okay. Ayan. So, yan. Naka-set up na siya. Hindi. Sa slide mo pala to. Okay, let's slide this na. Right? And ayan, nag-charge na siya. So, time remaining is about 1 hour. And yeah, so tara, coffee muna. Ayun guys, so it's been almost an hour. So yeah, kita nyo, it's 59 minutes. And we're at 96% na. So well, okay na yun. Siyempre, madami pa nag-aantay dahil so we better stop na. And then, para may iba naman may maka-charge. So siyempre, you have to be responsible. So yun, if I want to unplug it, no, so I just tap here dito sa app. Yan. Confirm the pag-charge. Ayun. Charging was successfully stopped. Then yun. We have about 96% na, that's pretty much fully charged in my book. Diba? Tapos the nice thing is, there was a really nice gentleman here that I was able to talk, this BYD Atto 3 owner, and we chatted and and sir, kawai! Hello! That's the nice thing about this EV group, no? There's a small community that you sort of develop now, or you're sort of gonna be in. This is the same thing that I experienced dun sa Atto 3 Kasi, parang may group And it's cool It's sort of different. Parang you develop your own pals na. So yun, yan. So ito, tapos na tayo dito sa charging challenge natin, no? So, sobrang success naman. Okay, let's have our usual na point of view tour of the interior of this BYD Seagull. Starting with the steering wheel, no, it's the size is actually perfect for this. You have a flat bottom steering wheel. We have standard cruise control, and then we have a button here to rotate our screen. Okay, that's a very trademark ng BYD na. And then you have your multimedia controls. By the way, guys, the speakers that we have here, I think this is like 6 speakers or 4 speakers. They sound really nice, especially for the price. And then dito naman sa instrument cluster man natin, it's perfectly sized dito sa hole with your steering wheel. Very classic na BYD, very very useful. And then you have one touch nga lang itong driver side lang. The other windows are manual, so they're auto down but not auto up. And then of course dito yung controls move for your side mirrors. And then by the way guys, this blue interior, no, so the color of the interior entirely depends on what exterior color that you'll be getting. So for this sprout green, this is the option, or this is the only option that you have for the interior color. So for me, okay naman siya, it looks nice. And then AC controls are here. You don't have any physical buttons for your for adjusting the fan speed. However, you can you can use gestures. For example, if you want to increase the fan speed, you use 3 fingers. You slide it from left to right, and then you can adjust the fan speed up and down naman if you want to adjust the temperature. Okay, that's a nice solution to a common problem. Very nice software solution lang, which is actually quite handy. And then this is your gear selector here. You have your parking brake here, and usually I was looking for that nung una, but at the very least, make things interesting. This is your drive modes, which you have eco, normal, and sport. Again, AC performance is decent naman. You have this wireless charger, guys, and then oh yeah, of course we have wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. That is awesome. So underneath naman itong center console, you have a space even for a bag. Down here you have a USB-A or USB-C, and you even have a 12-volt socket. Unfortunately, doon sa back, no, you don't have any USB port, so way mo na lang is mahabang cord na lang para maka-charge naman dito sa likod. And then continuing with the center console, we have our 2 cup holders here. Wala nga lang space here. It does sort of invite you to open this, but there's nothing here. And then you have the vanity mirror and the vanity light, which
which is excellent. It's the same with the passenger side. The Philippine spec doesn't have a sunroof, unfortunately. Pero kita nyo naman, that's the original casing niya. And then we have the touch-sensitive lights, which are pretty good. Unfortunately, ewan ko ba, wala silang hindi na nilalagyan ng ilaw dito sa likod. So, yung mga nasa passenger is medyo madilim kapag bumababa. Which is, yeah, I've seen that in a number of new cars na. And then again, itong kulay na to entirely depends on what colors you're gonna use. The seats naman, I think they're okay. They're not the best that BYD has, but it's decent enough, especially for the price. Pwede na, I haven't felt tired driving this car. So yun. So tara, check naman natin yung likod. Okay, quick check lang nitong room nitong BYD Seagull, no? So, I'm 5'6". Let's close the door here. Very solid. Doesn't feel cheap. Now, I have tons of headroom naman. Then, it would have been nice na maybe in this setting na pwede pa siya matilt. Pero I think you can still do that. Of course, you don't have any center armrest. And weirdly, for a BYD, wala kang USB port sa back. But you can probably just have a very long USB cord to connect. Kasi sa harapan, you have a USB-A and a USB-C, and of course, you even have a wireless charger then. So there's like 3 chances for you to charge there. So I think you'll be perfectly fine. And then on the side here, meron tayong mga hooks that you can use. That's very useful for bags and such. And then sitting inside here dito sa likod, okay naman. Strictly for me, siguro mga for 4 people lang talaga siya.
And finally, when it comes to practicality, the BYD Seagull has about 230 liters of cargo space, which is enough for weekly groceries. And if you need more, you can pull down the seats to reveal around 900 liters of space.
So this next test, guys, is just basically, is the BYD Seagull the sort of car that if you just want to go for a drive? Start muna ako. So what are my requirements when it comes to a fun, enjoyable car? Number 1 would be the stereo. For a stock stereo lang, for what you get out of the box, basically okay naman, okay yung speaker niya, maganda yung tunog niya. And another thing is the connectivity is pretty awesome kasi una, syempre you have wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, tapos may wireless charging ka pa. And then yeah, the speakers are decent. They're not great, but they're decent. They're better than a lot of the especially at this price point, no? And at least yun, makakatipid ka na agad. Hindi mo na kailangan upgrade yung speakers mo. And then let's talk about naman yung speed. Well, this is a full electric car, no? So paraging acceleration wise, always kapag makipag-unahan ka, wala ka, kumbaga, walang laban, madami versus you kasi you're driving an electric car. So acceleration wise, talagang unahan mo yung iba. And then how about handling naman? Well, the handling, I guess it's not great. I think it's just okay. It's what you expect of an electric car. When you try to really sort of drive this hard and then turn this on a corner, you can definitely feel the weight. No, you can even feel kind of like the tires losing grip a little bit. So it's not something that you'll be sort of drifting around. I'm not saying that it's slow. I'm not saying that it's not fun to drive. It's just that medyo bitin dun sa grip, especially sa tires. It's probably those brand of tires. So you could probably fix that with just an upgrade ng tires mo and probably your rims or your shoes. And then another would be the steering feel. No, the steering feel of this is it's pretty numb. But how about daily stuff? No, actually, my wife really loves this car because it's a little cheaper than, for example, the other alternatives. Tapos it's a full electric car. That 300 kilometers is also pretty good. And yung standard stuff na kailangan niya, na pupush sa likod, kung komportable pa dun sa likod, okay ba yung connectivity, matipid ba siya, yung mga ganun-ganun. And then another thing is
For your safety, please switch to low beam.
yan, may mga safety systems niya rin is also pretty good. Yan, detect ni a BYD whatever it is you're doing. So that's cool. It's very important. And then okay naman dahil may ADAS naman to, diba? May cruise control naman siya. And yeah, it's great. It's a really good city car. It might not be my like a driver's car, I would say. Pero for city, for like daily, honestly, if you're okay with the size, if you're okay na, for example, kunti na lang kasi may Seal 5 ka na eh. Diba? Kung ako yun, pupush ko na Seal 5 na. Although kasi yun, yung base variant na Seal is it only goes about 50 kilometers sa full electric, no? So bitin pa rin yun. So ganun din, gagastos ka pa rin sa gas nun. So it's not a full electric car, no? It's not a full-fledged electric car. But so yeah, if a full electric car is what you're looking for, I think this BYD Seagull is a very good consideration, something that you really would try to look, kasi there's a really good there's a lot of good things about this car.
So there you guys have it. That's my review of the BYD Seagull. So what do I think about it? I think if you're gonna get this as a second car or your first EV, I think you'll be getting a ton of really great stuff for the price that you're paying of under 900,000 pesos. You're getting a really fun to drive, tons of personality, plenty of tech, a practical enough EV city car that you'll be enjoying, I guess, pretty much every day. So this is Paul again for Test Drive PH. Make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. Visit our website at testdrive.com.ph. I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.